Here we are. The recording is on. Welcome everyone to the weekly EFT tapping circle. I'm Elvia Rowe, founder of angelteach.com. And we're going to get right to it today. I do want to share that last week will be my last week doing this publicly. I plan to probably do this more within our membership group, or may do it more publicly as well. I'm kind of waiting for, the big boss to or bosses to give me my clarity on that. But last week is the last week of doing this weekly for the public, as we have been. So hello, and welcome. For those joining live, you see me turning, it's because I'm checking the Facebook group over there. So 11, 11, and 11. What a perfect numerology time to be doing this. Just going to share a little bit about what 11 is. In the Mayan tradition that Peter and I follow, 11 is representative of the separation and the sharing. If you think of the number 11, it's separation, but it's also sharing, because there's togetherness that comes with the number of 11. And so it carries the energy of bringing those people, those situations, those things that are in our highest good to us, and also giving us the energy and invitation to separate from those influences that no longer serve. Ones also are about new beginnings and alignment and starting over, and so really good time to be releasing and just coming into what doesn't feel clear yet as newness, but is forming. So our theme for this week is wanting to see change immediately. That's something I had notes from last week, but wow, does it still apply? A lot of us here in the States, especially, I think just want everything to be settled. So there's a lot around patience. And we're also going to be working on releasing sorrow and lack of faith in the future to allow peace and acceptance for what is unfolding. And I just want to mention, before I get to the card, a little bit about the difference between a lack of faith versus fear of the future, because they seem like they could be the same, but there is a subtle and what I would say is important distinction. Whereas we can be fearful of the future and know that we'll be okay when we have faith. And the image the angels gave me around that was like a roller coaster. And I'm not a huge roller coaster person. I like little ones, but not big ones. And, you're on the roller coaster and you're scared, as it starts to go down that really steep hill, but you're going to be okay. You have this sense of knowingness that it's okay. You're going to have fun, you're going to get off the ride, and all is well. Whereas fear of the future, where there is no faith, is akin to transitioning into this really scary black hole. So it's about, and apologies, I need to pin my video here. It's about realizing that faith is what gets us through. And when we are fearful of the future, which I think is a pretty normal human response to all the change that's happening right now, when we're in faith, there's this knowingness that the roller coaster ride is going to have its twists and its turns and its ups and its downs, but it's going to be okay. And so today we're going to be working on building that faith muscle. All right, so whether you're live or on Zoom, if you do have questions, please don't hesitate to drop them in the comments or in the chat as we go through this. The card that came forward for today is one that's actually been coming up a lot. It's from this newer deck, and I think I've used it in this event before. It's the Soulful Woman Guidebook. And I'm not going to try to pronounce the names. I cannot do the first one there. I know Gemma Summers, I can handle that one, but I really, out of respect for this person, don't want to try to pronounce her name. But the card is Uniquely Myself. And again, this card has come up a lot. And I think part of the reason is that we are stepping into this time. Oh, good. Thank you for sharing that you're able to hear. That, where we're really being nudged pretty hard to be our unique selves. And especially with these energies of 11:11 starting at 11 o'clock today, the message I got is really standing strong with those new beginnings, those influences that uplift, and letting go of those ones that really don't. So trusting yourself, loving yourself enough to say yes when you're guided to say yes, and even if it's a hard yes to say, and saying no when you need to say no, and trusting that even if it's a hard to say no. And I just popped into my head, because we're here in the US looking at Thanksgiving shortly, and Peter's family is getting together in Indiana, and this is we said no, and our kids said no, and I'm a little, there's a little bit, everybody has to do what feels right to them, but there's a little bit of a I don't understand, this doesn't compute, like we're in a pandemic and yet the family's all getting together. And you bought the deck. Oh, good. Awesome. You picked the same card. That's so cool. Yeah, I think we're getting this collective message to just be ourselves. And part of that is really being able to stand strong when you have to say no and it's not a popular decision. Our nephew who had really major surgery I think it was last fall, really wanted us to go. He really wanted to see us. And it was like, no, we love you. We'll do some kind of Zoom dessert thing. But yeah. So, okay. So I'm trusting that the audio is okay. And maybe it's just something on your end. Yeah, I'm not sure what I can do about it on my end at this point. So, all right, let's get to the tapping. I'm just tuning in if there's anything else the angels want me to share, and they're saying no. All right. And for anybody who might be new to tapping, I know those who are on Zoom are not new to it, but if you're listening to Facebook Live or the YouTube video, I understand that the words can sometimes feel very harsh, like, oh my God, that feels so dramatic, so harsh, so challenging. I don't feel that way. So there can be this impulse to be just like, ew, no, I don't want to go there. But if you really sit with it and allow any potential truth of these words to come to the surface, it can be incredibly healing. And as we've talked about before, sometimes these words may not specifically be yours. They may not have originated with you, but they could be swimming around, and probably are swimming around in the collective, under your roof. We pick things up. We pick up vibrations from those around us. All right, so let's get to it. Tapping on the outside of the hand. Even though I feel like my faith has withered away, and I don't know what to do about it, I deeply and completely love, forgive, and accept myself. Even though I don't know if I can keep the faith, I feel despair pulsing through my body, eroding my faith. I deeply and completely love, forgive, and accept myself. Even though I feel like God and the angels are completely absent right now and are not guiding and directing us. I deeply and completely love, forgive, and accept myself. Tapping the inside of the eyes, feeling so much despair and lack of faith. I can't hold myself up any longer. It's all just too much. It's just too much. And I can't take it anymore. A part of me has lost faith. And that makes me scared of the future because it feels like a big black hole. And that terrifies me. I know somewhere inside that faith is my only real choice. Faith is my only good option. I honor my fears and my concerns, and I allow my faith to be restored. And I am gentle with myself as I do this. Top of the head, because I deeply and I completely love, forgive, and accept myself. So for those of you on Zoom, if you have, oh good, I'm glad you're able to hear. Or you're on Facebook Live, if you have anything that came up for you with that round, let me know. And it's funny, I'm seeing this fatigue in my face that I didn't see before we did that, and I'm taking it like reading an angel card. I mean, I have been a little bit tired, which I think a lot of people are. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of people saying that they're tired, they're just exhausted from the whole thing. But I feel like it's like reading an angel card, like the fatigue and the exhaustion is part of the tapping that we're going to do, and it is actually one of the setups that I've scripted here because we have to be gentle with ourselves. This is intense, and we have to honor how we're feeling and just let it be. All right. So if you guys are good, we'll just keep going here. And I think I'm actually going to go to the last one first because I feel like fatigue and just feeling impatient with it all needs to be our next step. All right, so tapping on the outside of the hands, and I do encourage you to keep your body straight as best you can, just to allow the energy to really flow and release. Even though I am so sick and tired of all of this, and I just want to see change happen now. I deeply and I completely love, forgive, and accept myself. Even though I'm feeling exhausted and dispirited, I deeply and completely love, forgive, and accept myself. Even though I'm so sick and tired, of waiting and wanting and praying and hoping. I deeply and completely love, forgive, and accept myself. Tapping the inside of the eyes, so sick and tired of this intensity. I just want it to change now. I just want everything that I want to happen now. I don't want to be patient. I don't want to have faith. I don't want to be good. I just want it all to be done and over with. Whatever that means. Because I'm exhausted and sick and tired of it all. I'm just exhausted and want it over. And yet I know that good things really do take time. And while sometimes overnight miracles do occur, I know I need patience. I know I just need to flow with these energies. I honor the part of me that is defiant and just wants to give up, to close down, to close off. But I am stronger than that. I am bigger than those desires. I breathe into my faith and my courage and my grace. Top of the head, because I deeply and I completely love, forgive, and accept myself. Once again, that went where I didn't expect it to go. So I trust that facilitated whatever release. I didn't expect the defiance theme, but it does make sense. I think there can be a part of us that just wants to be like, I don't care how it gets done, I just want it done. And so that helped us to get through that muck. All right. Oh, good. I'm glad, Carol. All right. So we have one more round we're going to do here. And this is going to get directly at the sorrow and the sadness. And we've worked on some of this, but I think it's just a continuing theme, and we just keep working on it, right? Okay. Tapping on the outside of the hand, even though I have so much sorrow and sadness about the world, about all the division, the polarity, the arguments, the feuds. It all just makes me angry and so very sad. I deeply and I completely love, forgive, and accept myself. even though I carry so much sorrow right now, because I am grieving for humanity and for those people in my life, including myself, who are so deeply affected by all this change. And it's hard. And I deeply and completely love, forgive, and accept myself. Even though I feel like these rivers of sadness and sorrow are flooding through me from so many different sources, different lifetimes, different people, everywhere. I deeply and completely love, forgive, and accept myself. Tapping the inside of the eyes, so much sorrow and sadness. It's just flowing. It's flowing. The collective tears of humanity are flowing through me. And let them flow, I must. I have so much sorrow and sadness. And I feel deeply for all those loved ones. And even those I don't know who are in pain and struggling and just can't stand strong, no matter how hard they try. And so I allow myself to grieve. I allow myself to let the sorrow flow and not fight it, but instead to channel it into expression, into goodness, into creativity, to bring positive change, to create a new world where sorrow is not such a strong force. And instead, there is more grace. The experience of grace for me, for my loved ones, for all of humanity, for the plants and the animals, for Mother Earth, and all of life. Because I deeply and I completely love, forgive, and accept myself. So we are going to go right into the, just checking over in Zoom land. Looks like we're good. We're going to go right into the affirmation. And I do just want to say before we do the affirmation that it's so important to allow the feelings that are there and to let yourself be a channel. And obviously that came through in that tapping just now. But you know, when we stuff it, when we tuck it away somewhere, that's when it becomes corrosive and honestly can be destructive. I'm excited and inspired to do a painting. Yes, I was just thinking about painting, and I was, you know, we had this beautiful painting project with Javi Mendel, and she was saying that her painting is the place where she puts all these emotions. And I loved that visual of putting it there, like, because they need to live someplace. They don't, it's not good to stuff them. For me, painting is lovely, and it's kind of a new thing that I've been playing with. But for me, writing is where I put those emotions. So find that place for you, whether it's body movement or painting or writing or drawing or journaling, whatever it is for you. Make sure that you're doing that and you're taking care of yourself through that. All right, let's get to our affirmation. Tapping on the outside of the hand, I stand in faith. I allow faith. I am faith. I trust in God and my angels. I have faith in the future. I have faith in me. I have faith in love. I have faith in courage. I have faith in patience. And top of the head, I have faith in me because I deeply and I completely love, forgive, and accept myself. So with that, be good, be gentle with yourselves. I'll be back for one last time public next week. And I know I'll be doing more of these kinds of things, just waiting for guidance on where and how that's going to play out. But so much love. I love you guys. You're welcome. My honor. Be well. Have a beautiful day.